my name is Denise, and this is our digital intake management system that our senior project team built for Carelink of Georgia. This replaces paper-based intake forms and manual filing. There are two main roles. One of them is the counselors who run intake sessions with patients, and the second one is the admins who manage the system. So I'll walk through both of them. Starting with the login page, I'll sign in as a counselor. Next, we're greeted with the dashboard, which shows 3 live statistics at the top, the total sessions, how many sessions are currently in progress, and how many have been fully completed and linked to Metasoft. Below there is a list of intake sessions that this counselor has handled. So each card shows the patient ID, how many forms are completed out of the total, and a progress bar. Sessions that are still in progress have a resume button, and sessions that have been completed have a view details button. Now the search bar at the top filters in real time. I can type in a valid ID like 1212-1 and then it arrows it down immediately. I can also search by session code like 002 and it shows me the intake ID, session ID, and patient ID. Now clearing all that up just brings everything back. Let me start with the new intake. So first step is to verify the patient ID. And in this case, we'll use a valid patient ID like 11111. And it only accepts IDs that have been pre-registered by the admin. So this ensures that there are no phantom records. And notice the yellow warning under some of the forms. It says that the form has already been completed in a previous session. So the counselor can still select it if they need it, but it's a heads up so they don't need to redo any work unnecessarily. And forms start unchecked by default because counselors usually might want to complete only a couple per session. However, if they want to select all of them, they can do so right here, or deselect all of them right there. Now I'll choose just one of the forms, center detox policy, and then go ahead. So this session is created and I can start that and land on the forms list. So each form is shows you its completion status. First, I'll open up the first one. And then this is a PDF form viewer. So the actual PDF renders in the background and interactive fields are overlaid on top. So what the counselor fills out matches exactly what gets printed out and filled out. Now, required fields are also enforced, so if I try to submit without completing them, I get a specific error telling me which fields are missing. I can demonstrate that right there. I must choose at least one location, enter the patient ID, submit the dates for both of them. And also complete the signatures. Once I complete all of the fields, then that marks the status as completed. Now, once everything is done, the system validates, it saves, and now I'm back at the session overview with that form checked off. Once all forms are done, I can export the PDF to SharePoint. So the clinic's that is the clinic's document storage, and each export is also logged. Then I confirm that I've linked everything in Metasoft, which is the clinic's patient management system. And once confirmed, the temporary field data is deleted per the privacy spec, and the session is marked as complete. In this case, there is no SharePoint that is connected right now. That will be done later by Carelink. To demonstrate, I did put a temporary location in my computer. And here you can see all of the forms that have been done. This one specifically, we just completed it. And that is the center detox policy. Now I can log out and sign in as admin instead. Admins have different dashboards with a weekly activities chart and a separate navigation with patients, forms, and settings. The patients page is where patient IDs are managed. So admins can add IDs before counselors can run intakes. Again, there's no demographics that are stored here, just the ID. I can add a new one in right now, such as and it shows right there that I added it as an admin, when it was created, and how many sessions are linked to the specific patient. I can also filter here by patient ID and see when that was created, who that was created by, and how many sessions there are pertaining to this specific patient. The forms page is where admins manage intake form templates. So every form here can have a PDF uploaded, and admins can configure which fields are required. So if I open up the requirements modal on one of the forms, I can see here on the left side that there is a live preview of the PDF, and then on the right side is a checklist of every field detected in the PDF. That is text fields, checkboxes, and signature fields. Admins can toggle individual fields as required, like they can toggle off the patient ID if they needed to, or any of the dates, and then that will sync with the counselor side. And also hovering over a field in the list highlights it in the preview so that the admin knows exactly which field they're configuring. Signature fields are automatically required, and that's tier 1, so those checkboxes here are tier 2. These are admin configured. I can save those requirements. And admins can also deactivate forms. So they go to 50% opacity in the list, but they're never deleted. So they can be reactivated at any time. And any counselors with active sessions using a deactivated form receive a notification of that immediately. Speaking of notifications, the bell at the top bar shows a live count of unread notifications. If I click it, then you can see that each notification has an icon, a message, and a timestamp. Counselors get notified when a form in their session is deactivated or when a new form is added, and admins get notified when a counselor starts a new session, when they export a PDF, or they complete an intake and mark it ready for Metasoft, such as right here. Finally, the settings page lets admins configure the SharePoint folder where PDFs are exported. Here, for demonstration purposes, I just put a local file or folder in my device, and then the email address for weekly reports. The weekly report runs automatically every Monday and summarizes sessions that were completed that week.